Hello, I'm Nathan Judo. I'm here with Wolves reporter Mr. Liam Keane, Compton Park. It's FA Cup weekend, third round, baby. Bristol City against Wolverhampton Wanderers. We just heard from Vitor Pereira ahead of the game. And, well, let's talk about the FA Cup in general. Of course, his first taste of FA Cup action, and he's looking forward to it, isn't he?
Yeah, we spoke on the podcast, didn't we, about how a brilliant competition it is, a wonderful, amazing competition, and that how this is not a priority for Wolves, and how we're not really that bothered whether they go through or not. And I mean that with all the will in the world, all the goodwill in the world, because the Premier League is the bread and butter for Wolves. It's the priority this season, it has to be. At the same time, it is a special competition. It's a historic competition, and Pereira spoke very nicely about it. He spoke previously when he arrived at the club about how he used to watch Premier League football at home and sat on the sofa, and he did sort of the same analogies talking about the FA Cup and how big a competition it is in comparison to the other countries. In Portugal being one, of course, his homeland, and how different that is to the sort of importance of the cup in other countries. Here it's maybe waned slightly in comparison to what it used to be in some people's eyes. For me, it hasn't. I think it's a massive competition, and he's going to take it very seriously. He wants to win the game.
He wants to win the game, but I think it's fair to say we can expect changes from, let's say, Newcastle on Wednesday night, which, as you said previously, is the priority. Goalkeeper. So, look, Wolves have got 3 goalkeepers.
Four. Come on.
Four.
Come on.
4 goalkeepers.
Come on, don't be out of
3
order.
goalkeepers who have got a chance of starting this game. Let's be honest. Sorry, Tom King. Which one do you think he will choose and why?
Well, I thought already, we both thought already that it would be Sam Johnston. He did pretty much everything but say those exact words that it's going to be Sam Johnston. He did say that, and I'm near enough quoting him directly here, Sam should have an opportunity to show his qualities, basically. And he spoke generally around the goalkeepers because, well, first of all, we're expecting Johnson to probably get a game tomorrow, which is he'll want to impress and want to do well. And he said, look, when I came in, I had a big decision to make. Jose Sarr, Sam Johnson, I went with Sarr. He said so far he's doing well, but he did fire a little warning to say, not that Sarr's done anything particularly wrong, but to say that, look, if someone doesn't perform, goalkeepers or any other position, that they will look to make a change. So Sarr has got the pressure, he's got the competition, he has to continue to perform, otherwise there'll be a man ready to take his place.
Do you feel that he'll want to carry 3 or 4 goalkeepers going into the second half of the season, or can you see one of Sam Johnson, Dan Bentley and Jose Sarr not being at the club come February the 3rd?
I don't think you can rule it out, and don't think it's a dead situation to say definitely one of them won't go. But Pereira seems pretty relaxed on having them for the rest of the season. Now, if you're going to ask me for next season and beyond, I think that's a much bigger question. But it seems that the likelihood is that they will probably continue with these goalkeepers through for this campaign. If Jose Sarr keeps his place between now and May, Sam Johnston himself has probably got a decision to make alongside the club.
In terms of the injuries and who have missed out recently, are we expecting anyone to return?
I don't think so. Unfortunately. Yeah, Totti, we knew at the Forest game he was about 1 to 2 weeks away, so he's not going to be available. Pereira was asked about Dawson and Semedo. Said, I don't think so, in terms of them being ready and available. Sort of hinted that Newcastle could be the right game for them. He also went on to hint that it could be a little bit of a youthful side tomorrow, which we'll come on to, which will be interesting. One player that is back is training. Is Andre back coming back from Brazil. He's available for selection, but Pereira made it pretty clear that he's got a decision to make there. I would hedge my bets to say he probably doesn't play him, probably travels maybe on the bench, doesn't start him, is probably roughly about where Wolves are. But yeah, those players hopefully coming back pretty soon with Newcastle coming up. So
in terms of a younger, more youthful lineup, who are the names you think that could be in with a shout?
So, Kundal, I think has to be in that frame. I think he has to be. At the same time, Wolves are looking to get him a move. He's keen to go and play, so it's likely if they can get something done, then he'll go this month. But as it stands, he's available. He's there. I think he's got a good chance of playing.
Alfie Pond
has got a good chance of playing. Bastien and Peyu as well. Those 2 defenders, with Wolves' shortage of defenders, have to be in the frame. Pedro Lima, I think, will start, considering Semedo being out. He started the Premier League game, of course.
Rodrigo has probably got a good chance as well.
I don't count him as a young player. I know age-wise he is, but they signed him for £12.5 million or roughly £1 million. So I wouldn't put him in that same sort of category. Lima, I suppose, is kind of similar as well. But
another youngster, Pablo Sarabia.
he may play, but he's definitely not a youngster. So yeah, look, there's not actually a lot of players that could come straight into the 11.
Yeah.
There's a few that could travel. Wes Okudua was on the bench for the Forest game. He could very easily travel for this one. Fletcher Holman's just left for Solihull Moors. Otherwise, I would have said he potentially could have as well. There'll be a couple of players that they like having around the training that could travel with the team, may make the bench.
Get that senior experience of a match day.
Exactly. And it'd be interesting to see how Pereira weighs up and finds the balance between picking a team good enough to win this game, because Bristol City, look, Wolves will be favourites, but they're no mugs by any means.
Just outside the playoffs in the
Championship.
Championship.
But also sort of giving enough players a rest, not risking enough players to have Wednesday and beyond the priority.
So do you want to predict a team or not?
I'll go with what I said on our website, expressandstyle.com.
Where were they?
Visit it now.
Loads of adverts.
But shut up.
It's behind a paywall.
Don't say that. They don't know. Yeah, the predicted 11 I went for, which in hindsight maybe I might drop one or two youngsters in, but I want to stick with what I said.
Yeah.
Same formation. Johnston in goal. Lima, Agbedu, new signing. Bueno, Doc, Rodrigo Gomez.
Okay.
Doyle, João Gomez, Bellegarde, Larson, and Carlos Forbes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see Forbes actually. If he plays, he hasn't really had much of a chance yet, so it's a good chance for him to show. He's got to do a lot more, absolutely. So there's a chance. And look, he should be bossing these kind of teams. Let's be honest as well. I'm gonna bring Pond into that team. I'm going to bring Kundl into that team. I'm probably going to bring Hwang into that team as well.
You said Emepiu before. You changed the Pond now.
I've changed the Pond.
Oh,
changed the Pond after that press conference.
Interesting.
Changed the Pond after that press conference. So we shall see. We've both gone for a Wolves win, and easy Wolves win, haven't we?
I wouldn't say easy.
I've gone penalties after extra time.
I've got extra time, 2-1 in extra time.
Oh, get ready. It's going to be a cold one. We'll see you soon.